What's going on, guys? I'm back. Yeah, I know I've been gone for I think it's been like a week now, but I was dealing with finals and school and moving out of my apartment and coming back home for the end of the year, and now I'm finally done with that, and I can continue to focus on YouTube because I really, really miss doing this, and I miss talking about the playoffs, but we got those finals out the way and we're done and we can finally talk about this. Oh my God. The Sixers are up 3-2 right now against the Boston Celtics. This is absolutely crazy. For those of you who don't know, I am a diehard Sixers fan. So seeing this right now, especially against a team like Boston, is absolutely ridiculous to me. Now, if you would have talked to me a couple days ago when we were down 1-2, especially during Game 4 when we were down and we almost lost that game due to a Marcus Smart potential buzzer beater, I would have been very, very sad, and you would have caught me in the moment, and I would have been oh God, we're about to go down 3-1, it's wraps, the series over, we're going to go back to Boston and lose, we're going to be down, we're going to lose in 5, it's down terrible right now, but you know what, we pulled through, we absolutely pulled through, we won Game 4, and now we're up 3-2 after a masterclass performance all around from the Philadelphia 76ers. We got great games from Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, James Harden to an extent even. Daniel House Jr. coming off the bench, who we'll talk about. And the Celtics, they just fumbled, man. Like I said in a previous video about this series, they're just a different team. They're a different team, and they're not exactly the same. They're not the same on defense on how they were last year. They don't have that defensive identity anymore, and it's showing in this series, especially the coaching decisions that Joe Mazzulla tends to make with this team. And just jack up a bunch of threes. They were 12 of 38 from three-point land in this game. You shoot 31% from three, and you can't really afford that, especially when the other team outshoots you. When the Sixers shoot 40% and 50% from the field, and you shoot 40% from the field and 30% from three, you're going to lose that game if you're the Boston Celtics because, you're not really playing defense on a level like you used to. And especially if you let the whole team get hot. Especially if you let James Harden, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey have good games. We'll get into that right now. Joel Embiid put on an MVP performance. I didn't get to talk about that either because, I was gone. And yes, Joel Embiid is the MVP. He's the MVP of the NBA. I was so happy to see him get his award. Obviously, we lost that game when he got it in Game 3, but I was so happy to see him get it. It's been a long time coming for Joel. Super proud of him. He had an amazing season. Like I said, MVP performance today. 33 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. 10 of 11 from the free throw line, 10 of 23 from the field. He had 3 threes in the 37 minutes that he played and was a plus 21 from the floor. Just a great game from Joel Embiid. Diving to the basket, hitting threes, mid-range pull-ups off the pick and roll with Harden, posting people up, finding people on double teams. Joel Embiid was great in this game, especially, playing on injury right now. He's had 3 back-to-back 30-point games. Joel has been playing great. Good to see him back. Coming off that injury. Good to see him moving well. He's moving well on the court. He's getting up and down. It doesn't look like that knee is bothering him too much. So it's really, really good to see Joel playing well. And obviously he's coming back from injury. Didn't play Game 1, of course. And, it's good to see him moving around. Hopefully he'll get more healthy as the playoffs keep going forward. And hopefully the Sixers can make it out of this round. I think they will. We'll get into that. Second person we need to talk about, Tyrese Maxey. 30 points, right? 7 rebounds, 3 assists. 6 of 12 from three-point land, 50%. And 10 of 21 from the field in 42 minutes that he played. Man, he was on fire. He was absolutely on fire. He was hitting step back threes, fading away to his left on the left wing. Shoot as a right-handed shooter is difficult. He knocked one of those down. He had a step back 3 that was absolutely cold at the end of the game that basically put it on ice. He was just great. Tyrese Maxey was great. It's good to see him play well. He's honestly struggled in the playoffs so far, and especially against the Boston Celtics. Historically, Tyrese Maxey has not really been good against them. It's good to see him have a really good game. We knew a game where Maxey would break through would probably be a Sixers win, and it's great that it was in Game 5 on Boston's floor. We're able to steal another road win and have the opportunity to go back to Philly and close out the series. I'm just so proud of Tyrese Maxey. He played so well. And the third component of the Sixers, that big three, I guess, that we have, James Harden, not his best scoring performance. Obviously he had those two duds in Game 2 and Game 3 where he didn't really shoot the ball well. He was like 5 of 28 combined in those two games. But he had a really good game in Game 1 where he had 45. And then he had a really, really good game in Game 4, hitting that game-winning three and scoring 42 points in Game 4, which gave us those two wins. But, we didn't get that from Harden today. But what we did get was a very steady James Harden. The James Harden, that most Sixers fans kind of expect for him on a game-by-game basis. 17 points-ish, 17 to 20 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, shooting 50% from the field, hitting a 3 or 2 there, 8 to 10 from the free throw line. That's kind of the James Harden that we really, really expect. We don't expect James to go out and get 40 every single night, although we do like it when James Harden goes out and gets 40 every night and he's aggressive, but we know that's not James Harden anymore. He's not necessarily going to do that. This is the James Harden that we did get, and it propelled us to a win because, you get Tyrese Maxey going, you get Joel Embiid going, you get Tobias Harris going, who had 16 points. He was 70% from the field, hit a three-pointer. You get Daniel House Jr. going. He threw a lob to him at the end of the game. Daniel House was playing well at the end of the game, 10 points, 5 of 7 from the field. You get D'Anthony Melton going. You get, Paul Reed going. You get Niang going, even though he was scoreless today. You get guys like that off our bench going, and it's a good game for us, especially when the stars play well, and Joel and Tyrese and himself. We have the opportunity to get wins, and that's kind of the James Harden we expect. We don't really need him to go out and get 40, even though it's nice, like I said. But just a really, really good game from the Sixers. Like I said, they shot 50% from the field, 40% from three. I can't believe we had the opportunity to go out and close them out in Game 6. Now let's talk about the Celtics here. Tatum, he started off very, very slowly. But ended up with 36 points, but he was a minus 26 for the Celtics on the floor tonight. The worst of any player who played, I think. Yeah, he was the worst of any player who played. Minus 26, like I said, 36 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, was 11 of 27 from the field, 3 of 11 from three-point land. And, yeah, we just have some really bad three-point shooting from the Celtics today, Al Horford, who has recently been on a heater. He's been on a heater. That's what it's felt like. It felt like Al Horford could not miss from three. Every time he put one up, it was going in. Al Horford was 0 for 7 for today. He only shot 3-pointers. He was 0 for 7 from the field, 0 for 7 from three. Had 0 points. Was a minus 18 from the field. Marcus Smart was 2 for 5 from three. Derek Wright was 0 for 2 from three. Jaylen Brown was 3 of 6 from three. Grant Williams, he was 0 for 1. They just didn't have the shooting to keep up with the Sixers like they usually do. They usually, game plan with Missoula, jack up a bunch of threes, win the game. That's usually how they win, and it just didn't happen. Tatum, I guess he played all right, 36 points. It didn't really, again, it was towards the end of the game. A lot of that was at the end of the game. Didn't really matter at that point. They were pretty much cooked. Jaylen Brown didn't really play that well. He was minus 15 on the field, had 24 points. Marcus Smart had 14. Al Horford, like I said, was scoreless. Derek White had 7. And they got no production off their bench, basically, whatsoever. And it looks like they did. Peyton Pritchard got those 8 points in garbage time. So, just not a good game from the Boston Celtics. Of course, we've seen them bounce back when losing Game 5s on their home floor. Cough, cough. Last year's semifinals against the Milwaukee Bucks, where Tatum went into Milwaukee and had 42, and they won Game 6. And then Grant Williams was on a heater in Game 7, and they won Game 7, and eventually went to the conference finals and then the NBA finals. So a lot of Boston fans saying that's a possibility for them. As a biased Sixers fan, I can't see us losing game 6. I can't. I think, like, there's no way that the Sixers can lose game 6 if they want an opportunity to win this series. You can't let it get to 7 games. You have home court advantage right now. You stole 2. You just got to win one more at home. One more. And we're going to the conference finals for the first time since 2001. It's been that long. And I don't know what I would do if the Sixers lost that opportunity to go to the conference finals. I'd probably be a mess. But right now I'm riding on high. Of course, I'm going to try to stay calm and get through game 6 so I can be hyped then. I can be hyped that we're in the conference finals when we get there. Right now, I'm going to settle my expectations, be calm, and just hope that it happens. Just really, really hope that it happens. Great win from the Sixers. I didn't even say the score. They won 115-103, by the way. But yeah, that's it for me. We'll talk more tomorrow. I'm glad to be back. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Yeah. See ya. Peace.